Okay, so on to exercise 2. Let's create a new tab. Just click down there. So we have to import the data from here. So let's do that. Let's import this data. So where do we import it from? Copy all the worksheets from a data management workbook to the workbook you created. So it's just the stationary one, so I'm going to ignore the other ones. I mean, it's saying like do that. I mean, you can look at the end of the day if he wants you to do that. I don't understand why what the invoice stuff is important here for, but so let's copy the stationary as it says. Copy that in here. From there, I mean, it's relatively easy. You just highlight it all as we discussed. You can do like that. Control C, and then page special, yeah. Or you can click, like I said, or if you can't remember Control C, highlight it like that. Right click, copy. But Control C is much quicker. Then go page special, values, just text is fine. Yep. So selling price, cost price, pens. So what does he want us to do next? So the next is to copy all the worksheets from, okay. Sort stationary worksheet so that the items appear alphabetically from A to Z. Okay, so highlight here, all of this. Go up here, sort and filter. Sort A to Z. Simple, yeah? That's it. Sort A to Z, fine. Yep. In cell E1, yeah, insert the title, latest selling price, wrapped over 2 lines. Wrapped over 2 lines, there's no row or column. I don't understand what he means there, so I'm going to have to look quickly at what he's saying because lines is not an Excel term. Sorry about this, but lines is not an Excel term, so I have no idea what he's referring to. It's rows and columns. And you can't wrap it over 2 lines either. You can merge it and center it, but you can't. Okay, so yeah, you see what he's done here, yeah. Fine. Never structure an Excel workbook for accounting like this. It's not correct. Stationary, okay, fine. Okay, so it's not, it's just wrapping it as a tag. Okay, fine. I don't know why he wants you to make it look like that, but that's fine. So then all you do is cell E1, you just type in latest selling price, yeah? So I guess what he's trying to say is because it's, what happens is when you do that, it goes over into the other column and he's saying wrap it like that. And then that's what it will look like. You just click wrap text while you're clicking there. Okay, insert you on the Babs feels that there should be a 10% price increase on the selling price of all products. Use formulas to calculate the latest price for each item. Selling price, so again, as we spoke about, press equals, go to there, times 1.1, yeah? Great, and then just, you see that? This is really useful when you're looking down, when you're going down a column, just literally, you'll see the little thing that occurs when you go over the little box, as we discussed earlier. Double click on it. Okay, it's not working because it's not. Okay, so just click there and drag down. Then in that case, usually what you can do is when it's next to something, you can just type in a letter or something, and then you just double click and it goes all the way down, yeah? Okay. So we've done use formula to calculate the latest price for each item. Fine. Use functions, not formulae, to identify the average selling price in cell B23, the median in cell B24, and the mode. Okay. So B23, okay. Average selling price. Median selling price. And mode selling price. Okay. Use functions and not formulae. What the hell does he mean by that? So that is formula. Okay, fine. I don't know what he's talking about. So, so you just click average, as we discussed. You click equal, and we discussed in the last one where you can just highlight here, yeah. And then to 2 decimal places, yeah. Median. Highlight again. And then mode, which is the most common. Okay. And then it's saying the average mean is labeled, and filled color in red. I don't know why he's going between mean and, maybe that's just, mean is the same as average, yeah? So color that in red, which is you click on the cell, go up here, choose a color, it should be red. You do the same for median, cell is labeled and fill in color yellow. Okay. And the mode is green. So you do the same, yeah? Green. Okay. All columns should be adjusted to a suitable width as necessary to display text. All column headings in bold. Currency is to 2 decimal places. Okay, fine. So currency is to 2 decimal places. So let's highlight it again. Put it as currency. As you know, we did it last time, currency like that, yeah? Or you go, as we did it last time, which would probably be easier for you now, is to go to format cells, currency there. Or you can just click in here, but then you can't see that it's fundamentally what you want, but here it's working, yeah? So these should all be bold apparently. So make it bold, highlight, click B. Then to make sure they're all suitable size, yeah, go into each column, hover across the where one column borders another column, double click here, yeah, when it goes black like that, yeah. fine, perfect. Oh, he said across 2 lines, so this is where he's trying to be clever. So what you want to do, yeah, it's got to be like that, yeah? So make sure he said across 2 lines, that's what he means. Okay, I understand now. Doesn't make sense, but yeah. So it says insert the title, current stationery price sheet in New Times Roman font, size 16, centered over the data, so that's fine. We know that you just go in here. Okay, fine. And then I did multiple columns last time, but you can probably do this. Just click merge center, then we go Times New Roman. For fuck's sake. Okay. 16. Yeah. And then current stationery price sheet. Center it, yeah. Do you want it in bold as well? Okay, so he doesn't say bold, so create a 2D cluster column chart to compare the latest selling price with the cost price for pen. Range black to red. Ensure that there is a legend and the labels are correct. Place the chart to the right of the data, covering an area of 10 columns and 17 rows. Title the chart pen. Okay, I'm not going to do the save a PDF copy of this worksheet because you see me do it once, and yeah, I don't understand why it's necessary. Okay, fine. So you can do I will do this because you can do the save a PDF copy is just for him so that he can mark it. Okay, so create a 2D cluster column comparing the latest for the black to red. Okay, fine. So what you want to do here is go insert. It's a 2D bar chart, yep. So click recommended charts. You need to be able to compare them. Well, I know what chart I want to create, man. Just want to insert a chart. Okay, fine. So it would just be a bar chart like this, yeah? Just click there. Okay. Now we've got this. What you will do, select data, yeah? Up there. Chart data range, add legend, yeah? Series name, which will be pen black red, black to red, yeah? That's your series name. Okay. Series values is your cost price, is your first one. Okay? That's fine. Yeah? Click OK. Then you're going to add one. Series name, same. Series values, selling price. Yeah? And there's your comparison done. So he's going to want you to make sure that your axes are correct, yeah? You can see that. So your axes should be this. Okay. Pen black, pen gray, and chart data range. This will be the title. Yeah, Control C here, and then just don't do that. Then okay. Then just click OK. That will give you your range, yeah? Then go to add chart element in the top right here, and then there should be chart title, yeah, chart title. Above chart, has he specified what he wants? Place the chart, no, he hasn't said. So just put just copy that into the chart title. Let's highlight that. Just delete it, Control V. Yeah, just copy and paste it in. Yeah. I mean, if you look at his, yeah, I mean, he's done exactly the same thing. You know, he's got it. Let's see if he says you have to. I mean, he's got it as 1 decimal place, but to be consistent, it should be 2. So, and he's saying he wants it, how many columns? So 10 columns. So you just say, just take it up at G, count G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it should be over towards, if you're doing it at G, it should be over towards P. Yeah, drag it, just put it like that. And then count down your columns, which if you're at 2 already, you need to be at 19, right? Okay, and that should be your 10 columns wide. Yeah, G to P and then 2 to 19. Yeah, fine. His is not actually 17 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, his is 17. So you need to go from 3 to 19. Okay. Fine. There you go. Voila. Okay. And we just have to make sure that this worksheet is labeled as so this should be called stationary worksheet. So just call this stationary worksheet. Yeah. So to rename it, you just right click, click rename. And then once you've done all that, you do save a PDF copy, fine. So on the invoice worksheet, so let's copy over the invoice worksheet. Right click here. Okay. Right click here. My computer's being a little bit slow. Move or copy. Yeah. Excel working, which or whatever your workbook's called. Move to the end, create copy. Fine. Okay. So what he's saying is save a copy on the invoice worksheet in the unit price column. Use the lookup. Okay. So he wants you to do 34 pen red and 40 A4 papers. Okay. So what you will do is, so you know the amount here. Okay, so he's already done this. So as you can see, there's already an amount here, yeah? So he's timesing that by that. So what he's saying is the quantity times your unit price. So all you need to do in your unit, in your description here, is to copy. So all a VLOOKUP does is it takes one value and matches it to exactly the same value in a data set to pull a unit price, whatever. In this instance, you're looking for, as he's asked for, pen red and A4 paper. So the key here, right? Pen red doesn't sound very good, but you know, that's the term that they've used. You wouldn't use it in real life. So you'd copy that, yeah, paste it there. A4 paper, copy there, paste it there, right? And the key here, right, the quantities. So he said the quantity is 34. Yeah, type in 34 there, and 40. So what you need to do now is you need to use what's called a VLOOKUP. So you type in equal VLOOKUP. Yeah, so you type it in, open brackets. What you can do, and what I quite like doing, and what I do, is equal V, and then it gets it. And once it's like that, just press tab, and it automatically does the rest. So now you see the syntax here, and this is quite interesting, right? So you've got the lookup value, and what the lookup value is what I was saying to you. You need basically what that's saying, that formula is. It's saying that that is my value that I need to look up exactly against the exact same value, so that I can put it into the table array, which is the next syntax. And then once you do that, in that table, there's a specific column which you need to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, which will pull a value. So if we look at that, I know that sounds confusing, but it's not as confusing as you think. So to look up value, we know that we want this value is our value that we need to match against the data set to pull the value we want, which is the selling price, right? So if we go back to stationary worksheet, the table array, yeah? Now it's asking you for the table array, as you can see here, yeah? Table array. So then you highlight, I mean, you can highlight anywhere, right? As long as it obviously not the merge, don't do the merge, but you can do it from here, you can do it from here, or you can literally just do it from here, pen red. All you need to make sure is that pen red's in it. Yeah, I'll show you both ways. So pen red, we know that there's one, and what you need to do is you see here as well, when I'm dragging across, it's giving me the number of columns there. So it says 1 row times 2 columns. Yeah, so pen red is what we're looking for. So you can do pen red, 3 columns, that's the 4th column, 5th column. And that's what the column index asking us. What number column do you want it from? So we can say we want it from the 1st column. Yeah, which will just give us pen red, because that's saying, as I told you, with the data set, that is literally just column 1. But if we look in the data set, what's column 2? Column 2 is the selling price, which is actually what we want. So we would change that to column 2. But usually you have to type in false after the correct way is to then type in false after this. I'm not going to go into the difference between true and false. Just always make everything false. Okay? And then 2, and then if you were to in column 3, 4 we know is 0 because there's nothing in there, or 5. Okay? Which is the actual price that we want, right? Because we want the updated selling, the latest selling price. Yeah? So you've done it that way, but look, I can change this as well, right? The table array doesn't matter. I just need to make sure that I've got pen red in there, because if I don't put pen red in there, do it above, it cannot find it, and that's what VLOOKUP does. It just looks into that data set on the furthest left column of the data set. Yeah, so it wouldn't work if pen red was in column B, it would not work. Column, it has to be the furthest left column, so it has to be your first column, and you work forward. So that's the first column, and the lookup value has to be in that column. Okay, and then you go all the way across right. Once you've got pen red in there, voila. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to do the same. So if you look up again, your value is here, A4 paper, yeah. Stationary worksheet, again, you can do A4 paper is in here, or the correct way to do it would be to select all the data set, column 5, and then false. Voila. Yeah. And then that should be it, and I'm guessing it should be the same as his invoice in here. Oh, I hope so. 420, £30, 1. Okay, yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, so I will save that now, and that's done, and that's task 2.